You've laughed together, kissed, flirted, touched, hung out, and talked until one of you passed out on their phone. It feels like you've done every romantic thing in the book, and yet you're not sure if your guy is really yours. And in this video, you will learn several signs that indicate a guy isn't interested in you. We're starting, so please click like and subscribe to the channel. You have to initiate all of the conversations. If you only talk to this guy when you make the effort to send him a text, email, or you pick up the phone and call him, he might not be that into you. Professional matchmaker Kimia Mansour says that when a guy is smitten, he'll want to learn as much as possible about you. Yes, he may be nervous and intimidated by you because he likes you, so you'll want to make sure that isn't the case first. But if you are making all the effort and he's not even responding, let alone starting the conversations, it might be time to move on. You notice him flirting with other women in front of you. If your guy hasn't let go of his flirtatious behavior after dating you a few times, it could be that he's not really invested in the relationship the way you are. It's likely that this bothers you more than you are letting on, so be honest with yourself about whether or not you think it's okay for him to do that, and then make a decision about whether or not to carry on in the relationship. He's probably not putting that much thought into it, so maybe you shouldn't either. After all, flirting may be natural in some cases. According to David Givens, an anthropologist, when you have to get males and females close together to exchange genetic material, there are signs that have evolved to show safeness and interest. There are the signs and signals that make up our flirting, and they go way back some 500 million years. He doesn't ask you to hang out. You always have to ask him to do stuff like going to the movies or out to dinner. If every date is your idea and your man doesn't offer any suggestions to hang out or even watch television together on a Saturday night, he's already checked out. He might just be a relaxed type of guy that doesn't like to initiate, but most likely, he just isn't invested enough to make a time commitment. It's time to move on and give him an ultimatum. Don't waste your time trying to get him to hang out. You have no idea who his friends are. A guy who has no interest in continuing a relationship won't invite you to meet his friends. If it's been any length of time and you've heard all about his buddies but he's never introduced you, be aware, he might not want them to meet you. It could be that he's embarrassed about the kinds of people he hangs out with, but if you couple that avoidance with everything else he's been doing, it's more like he doesn't want his friends to meet the person he's dating. You can only hang out when it works for him. When you set up a date, he never makes concessions to make time for you and always puts his job, friends and family first. While that seems noble and loyal at first glance, it's pretty annoying after a while, and you might start to feel like you are not a priority for him in his life. According to Vanessa Marie in Insider, relationship strategist, flakiness is a huge sign that someone doesn't really like you all that much. If it is only one time, that's acceptable, but if it is a regular pattern, that could become a problem. You feel like he's not listening. When you are together, which isn't very often, you feel like he's on another planet or has his face buried in his phone. Is he listening? Who knows? But if you feel like he's not, you are probably right. You can try testing him to see if he is, but more often than not you'll just find yourself frustrated with his lack of interest in your conversations. According to professional matchmaker Corey Schmitz, in today's society where being present in a conversation is one of the hardest things to do, giving a new person full attention during a conversation is one of the highest compliments. So if he isn't listening, it might be a sign that he doesn't respect you. It's best to find someone else to talk to if you feel like he doesn't care to listen to you. You question the relationship. If, even after all of this has been proven wrong, you still feel like he's not into the relationship or you wonder if you really are, it's time to consider your options. You might be wondering if things will get better or if he'll come around. Do you really want to wait around to find out? Make your choice and go find a man who wants to be with you and is deserving of your time, energy and affection. He'll ignore your calls and respond late to your messages. He calls when he wants to talk, but he won't take your calls no matter how many times you dial his number. Is there another woman? Is there another man? What is going on exactly? Who knows? But one thing is for sure, if he wanted to talk to you and had an interest in being with you, he'd pick up the phone or answer your message immediately. According to certified counselor Jonathan Bennett, one of the surest signs someone likes you over text is a rapid response. This shows that the other person is excited to receive your messages and wants to keep the conversation going. It demonstrates that answering you is a priority, even above and beyond other commitments. So if they're taking forever to reply to you and they're not even giving you thoughtful answers when they do reply, then it's likely that they might not like you.